It was a random, uneventful Monday. I'd posted a short of JRPG stuff in Tokyo, opened Twitter to take a peaceful moment, and then what do you mean Atelier Resleriana's English version just decided to die? I hope that intro gave an insight into how sudden this end of service feels. Even if at points of my res spiral, I admittedly did have times that the heavy tone of the way they announce updates made me kind of hope for an end of service announcement just to get my time back. I've come a long way since then though, managing my time with it better, and I'd recently been enjoying the English version a fair bit. It had been feeling like since the addition of the difficulty adjustments and other quality of life features like bulk equipment changing, they were starting to get things right, and that the gacha mattered less for story players like myself. Yet somehow this is the point where the curtain is closing on Atelier Resleriana, leaving those who are still playing it out of love for the series, the stories, or a need to keep up in spite of its service nature to wonder why. The end of service announcement says, after assessing that we are unable to continue these pursuits at a satisfactory standard for our players, the difficult decision was made to end the service, which doesn't really explain much. Considering the content rollout to the end will end at chapter 21 part 1, not even part 2, it seems that the end will continue to be abrupt for anyone playing in English, with this kind of end to the story not seeming to be the end for the app completely. For better or worse, as for Western fans, that doesn't really matter. Producer Junzo Hosoi said recently in a letter to the Japanese version that they plan to continue as they approach beyond some bigger arcs, so Resleriana isn't completely dead, just its international support. In that case, I would speculate that maybe they didn't want to continue to pay for the localization costs, and perhaps that's smart, as I'm sure the localization of console-only res and of course Yumia will bring them a greater return, but that's only a guess. Also, as I was making this, Koei Tecmo just announced that they're closing their Koei Tecmo Spot store in Tokyo as well, so it seems that the company as a whole may just be taking a look at things that could be doing better and cleaning those out for this new year. In terms of res, global fans are really getting the short end of the stick here, with no end to the story, let alone chapter 21, meaning as some of us grew to love Resna and Valeria, who really are great protagonists, their story is going to end when it has more to give, with the only hope being that maybe they'll offline the whole version someday in all of its original languages. In terms of end of service rollout, it seems the app will be operating in a Twilight Zone-y normal for a bit, with events and Roman tournaments still coming, but paid gems have been stopped since the announcement and for good already. On that, gem purchasing might be gone, which may raise questions to whether they should bother with paid gem versions of gachas going forward, but I also noticed they've decided to increase the ad roll for stars from 6 to 10, which means they're still making money off res before they let it go, which feels kinda weird, but maybe they anticipated a lot of people exiting, so are offsetting costs for those who are bothered to do it before it dies completely. I'm not someone who paid for gems in res anyway, only for the monthly pass a couple of times and that one launch Memoria, but just knowing the game is pretty much dead in the West right now, I personally will be calling it good on English Resleriana 2, as I see no point in continuing if I'm about to lose all my progress with it. I did more than enough time juggling two servers that one being gone almost does give a small bit of relief, and at this point I almost better get more into the Japanese version as soon as possible to help refresh all the Japanese I'm gonna need to understand the story. Not all international Atelier fans want to learn Japanese though, nor should they have to, and the success of Ryza has seen the series have its own little boom at least for a bit, which I guess maybe didn't translate into the gacha game success that they'd hoped, but it would be nice if they at least honored the end of the story for those who stuck with it. Clearly the feeling I have about it most is conflicted, but the end just simply is right now, and I hope other fans are coping okay, especially if you only played the global version. This is probably the second big service game death in my life after Dragalia Lost, but thanks to that, I know the service game life must go on, and I just got into Pokemon Pocket recently, so I'm thriving on that front. But I'm also thriving more in other ways, diving into Neptunia Riders on console that I just got the platinum for, and I'm making plans about what I'm gonna clear next this year, as console games are something we finish instead of them telling us when they're done. I truly hope this isn't too sad for fans, and instead that we can all continue to be excited for Atelier's console releases this year instead, and those who loved Resleriana will find somewhere to keep up, whether it be through YouTube videos or the Japanese version going forward. For me, it's on to the many games sitting on my shelf, more videos, and playing more things, as one beautiful star burns out to make room for what's next, and all we can do is be happy for the time we had with it. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Global Resleriana's end of service, and if you'll be continuing the game in any way. You can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on X, Facebook, and Instagram, and now TikTok, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below, and until next time, thank you, bye!